In this video, we're going to have a look at MYOB Advanced Dashboard and Navigation. We're going to start with the home page and the dashboards. So once you log in, you are presented with the home page. This is normally accessed if you click in the top left-hand corner, which will take you to your selected home page. In this case, it's a dashboard. Next, let's take a look at the functionality of the dashboard. In our dashboard, the AR clerk, we have a few widgets on the dashboard, and each of the widgets represents a data table. If we click on any of the widgets, it will open up the data that represents the information on the widget. Now, if we navigate back to the dashboard, the information here can be refreshed, or it could be set on a timer so it refreshes via a schedule. If you have the relevant rights, you can go to Design and edit your widgets or add new widgets. So if you click on the pencil icon, you are able to edit the information on this widget. Let's click out of here for now. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom, we can add a new widget and we are presented with a few options to choose from. Let's cancel out of here for now. Widgets can also be rearranged by dragging and dropping. We can move widgets into different spaces, make them bigger, and once we're happy with our changes, we can click on the Design button again, which will save our changes. Next, let's talk about the workspace and the menus of MYOB Advanced. Our workspaces are on the left-hand side here, and if we click on our workspace, it opens up a panel to the right-hand side where you'll see all the menu options. It opens up with a condensed view, and if we click on Show All, it opens up to display more menu items. From here, we can click on a particular menu item that will navigate us to that particular screen. We can also favorite our menus by clicking the star next to the menu option. This will make it available under our Favorites section here. Next, let's take a look at the global search functionality. We can search for any menu item in the system, or we can search for transactions and also our help articles. To conduct a search, we just start typing our information in the search field here. For example, let's search for an invoice menu item by typing invoice, and we see these search results below show us any menu items related to our invoice search term. Next, let's type in a transaction number, for example 000084, then click on the Transactions and Profiles tab. These search results show us the various transactions that are linked to the number that was entered. Next, let's talk about the companies and tenants concept of MYOB Advanced. If we start with the tenants, which is in the top right-hand corner, we can click to drop down and see we have two tenants. They are completely separate from each other, so each one will have its own configuration and they do not interact with each other. We normally use this for production tenant and test tenant environments. If we move over to the side here, we have the concept of our companies and branches, and they relate to this one tenant. So in this case, we have 3 companies and 6 branches. By clicking on any of these, you can navigate to that branch or company without having to log out or back into the system. Next, let's take a look at the user profile. We can access this by going to the top right-hand corner where your username is and selecting My Profile. This allows us to view all the information relating to our user profile. We can change our email address. We can change our password and put in any recovery question answers here. We can set our time zone, default branch, the default warehouse, the home page, and any other relevant information. On the next tab over, we've got email settings where we can select the default email account and can include signatures if required. We won't cover these other tabs as they are not relevant to this overview. Next, we'll take a look at the generic inquiries concept. Let's click Receivables, then Invoices and Memos. Generic inquiries is a type of reporting tool in the system where we have grid-style reporting. For example, on this screen, we can move columns around by clicking and dragging. We can filter on columns, for example, filter to only show any of our open invoices. And we can then clear it and show all again. Or we can use the search field to search for any value we want to search on. We can export this to Excel and it will export the data exactly as we see it on the screen. Another feature is we can add custom filters by clicking this filter icon. We can click the plus icon to add a row and then set the property to status equals open for the value. We can then click Save and give the filter a name of Open Invoices and click OK and Apply. This will add a new tab for us called Open Invoices, and it will only have the invoices with the status of open. We can also click back to the All Records tab, which is the first tab in the list. Next, let's take a look at the help functionality in the system. Let's click Receivables and New next to Invoices and Memos. This takes us to a new invoice screen. We'll use this screen as an example, but on any transaction screen or any master record screen, we can click the question Mark Icon. We can then scroll down to the relevant section. If we click the hyperlink, it will open the help section for that particular screen we were on. If we scroll down, we see an explanation for every field on that screen and information on how to fill in fields and select the various options on that page. We cover additional MYOB advanced workflows in other videos.